Hello everyone, this is Frankie from the Pixel Slayers, and welcome to our first Gaming Memories podcast. This is our first of hopefully many episodes. Once or twice a month I'll be releasing a new episode, and each one will be a different gaming memory. A bit of a story, if you will. We've had this YouTube channel for quite a while, and I was trying to think of a way for you all to get to know us better, and this seemed like a good way for that to happen. So let's get started. Our first episode I'm going to share with you when I bought my Sega Genesis. It was 1993, and I have been wanting my own video game system for a while. My first video game memories were of playing Pitfall on my brother's 2600 and Super Mario Bros. On his NES. Recently, I had been playing a lot of Super Nintendo over at my uncle's house, and I was excited to get something new. We were poor growing up, and we always had what was already considered old, and even in 1993, the 16-bit era had been around for a few years, but it was still new and shiny to me. My father made a little savings account at his bank for me after I was born, and every birthday and holiday, he would take a portion of any cash that was given to me and placed it into this account. Sometimes when money was extra tight, he would borrow from it, which I never minded because he would pay me back, plus what he owed in interest. So that was pretty nice. I hadn't even been alive for a decade at that point, but because of all this, I have already managed to save several $100s. And I had my heart on spending some of it. I wanted my own Super Nintendo to play Super Mario World and All-Stars, and I bothered my parents about it until they finally let me buy one. Of course, you know that this never happened. As soon as I got the okay, my brothers started convincing me that what I really wanted was a Sega Genesis. I suspect the motive was a game called Mortal Kombat 2, which was released a few months prior. He played it at his friend's house on their Genesis, and even though it was also on SNES, it was better on Genesis, he said. Also, the Genesis was the cooler system, with the cooler games for bigger kids. One thing I knew for sure, and was reminded of often, was I definitely wasn't cool, so maybe I should get a Genesis. By the time I got to the Sears Funtronics counter, I was already being shown games by my brother to convince me that it was the Sega that I really wanted. Tiny Toon Adventures, Ninja Turtles, Berenstain Bears. I had enough money to buy them all. My brother bought Mortal Kombat 2 himself, and somehow my parents didn't even notice the rating or even know about the violence. The guy at the counter informed me that I would need an additional controller for 2 players, but he assured me that it wasn't a bad deal because not only did the system come with last year's top game, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but when you registered your system, you can choose an additional game, such as Aladdin, that would arrive in 8 to 12 weeks. I quickly forgot about the Super Nintendo, and the next thing I knew, I was buying a strange little futuristic black system, and I couldn't wait to go home and play Ninja Turtles and Tiny Toons. Maybe I would even try out that weird Sonic game. And maybe I would like Mortal Kombat. My brother told me not to talk about it much, though. I guess he didn't want our parents knowing what kind of game it was. I remember getting home and carrying that red square box into my room. I still remember the smell and the excitement of connecting it to my 13-inch TV. The first thing we played, I believe, was Ninja Turtles, followed by Mortal Kombat, which I was surprisingly desensitized to, given how sensitive I was as a child. When my brother had to leave to do something, I played Tiny Toons and then Berenstain Bears, both amazingly fun games, but I thought Tiny Toons was a bit hard at the time. I believe Sonic stayed in the box until later that evening when I finished dinner. When I finally tried it out, everything changed. I fell in love. It was like nothing I played before. I mean, it was kind of like Mario, but not really. It was fast, the characters were big, and the music was catchy. I was actually pretty dang good too. It was the first time that I didn't just play a game, but controlled it. I wanted to get better and faster and not just survive. Next thing I knew, it was time for bed. My brother quickly tried to sneak out the Genesis from my room into his so he could stay up playing it all night. But he got caught, and I felt very awkward. Even though I bought the system with my own money that I saved up, for the first time ever, I had this new feeling. I felt spoiled. The Genesis became the center of our universe at home for the next few days, which led into weeks, then months. I became obsessed with just getting better and going farther in all these new amazing games that I had. What was so great, so special, is it was the first time I experienced the amazement and wonder of a new gaming experience. I know these games were considered older by the time I played them, but it was new to me. When you are an adult, you don't get that same excitement and wonder when you buy a new gaming system. It was a one-of-a-kind experience that extends past just the day I bought the Genesis, and it set the stage for my gaming life to come. The system made me a gamer, and it created an escape from the isolation of being different growing up. It also provided a foundation of many happy memories that I look back on fondly to this day. Hopefully I can share more of those in future episodes. Thanks for listening. Your feedback is appreciated. If you have a gaming memory that you would like to share, please send us an email and I may read it in a future episode. In the meantime, stay safe out there, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.